probably heard endless online complaining about homeowners associations that either don't enforce the rules or which overreach and become the HOA police, calling out imaginary infractions or favoring one homeowner over others. Here in Idaho, virtually every new subdivision has an HOA, and many older subs do as well. So what do you need to know about an HOA, both good and bad, before committing to one? Because that's exactly what you do when you choose to buy a home in a subdivision with an HOA. You make a commitment. So you'd better understand HOAs before you join one. Despite all the complaining, there are many advantages to a well-run HOA. Community amenities are at the top of the list, whether that means a swimming pool, a fitness center, clubhouse, playground, tot lot, walking paths, pickleball or tennis courts, or even a golf course. Other community amenities may include front yard or both front and backyard mowing and landscaping, snow removal, maybe pest control, and in the case of some townhome developments and of course condos, siding and roofing replacement. So when you buy in a development with an HOA, you may be reducing your home ownership responsibilities while gaining desirable amenities that make life easier and more fun, and which of course increase the resale value of your home. You may also find that the subdivision has private streets, so the HOA is crucial for repairing the roads, keeping them clean, and removing snow in the winter. Community mailboxes and community irrigation water may also be included with an HOA. Here in Idaho, where I'm a realtor, many HOAs maintain a pump for the community's irrigation water and also maintain the sprinkler system for the community parks and walking paths. A good HOA keeps a reserve fund to cover unexpected as well as regular repairs and maintenance. When shopping for homes, take a good look at the community amenities. Are they well cared for? Are the common areas mowed and landscaped, or is the grass dead and dying? Are the fences in good repair? Does the pool appear to be clean? With very little effort on your part, you can find out a lot about an HOA just by looking around you when you're shopping for homes. Nice amenities cost money, of course, which means all residents must pay monthly or annual HOA dues, and these can vary greatly in cost depending on what's included with the dues. It always surprises me when I hear a homeowner complain that they didn't know they had to pay HOA dues, or they didn't know how much. In Idaho, as in most states, you'll be informed by your realtor that the home you're buying has an HOA. The amount of the annual HOA dues will be clearly stated on the purchase and sale contract before you make the offer. And most likely, the title company will prorate that year's dues at closing so that the current owner pays part of that year's dues and you pay the rest. If you read through your title commitment before closing, you'll certainly be aware that there are HOA dues to pay. And make sure you ask your agent for a copy of the CCRs, that stands for Covenants, Conditions, and Restrictions, before making an offer on a home. Don't do it after, do it before. You don't want to buy a house and then find out that you don't like the rules that you've signed up for, or that you're not capable of complying with them. The CCRs may also indicate how much your dues can be raised and how often. This is usually a percentage. This is crucial info to have before making an offer on a home, so be sure that you find out before you make the offer. My advice as a realtor is to ask to see a copy of the HOA's most recent annual financial statement in addition to the CCRs. This is public information, and the HOA should be happy to provide it. If the HOA seems reluctant or even refuses to share this info, then that's a big red flag, and you may want to look for a home elsewhere. The financial statement is going to tell you if the HOA has set aside money for emergencies. It will tell you if bills are being paid on time, or if they're piling up, or even accruing late fees. Remember, once you buy in a subdivision with an HOA, you yourself become part of that legal entity, and their debts become your debts. So make sure they don't have debts before you start. Check to see if bills are being paid for things like pump repair, landscaping, and other essential maintenance. If not, why not? Are the commonly owned amenities being neglected and allowed to deteriorate? If so, this will eventually affect the resale value of your home. So get that financial statement, a whole year's worth of financial statements, and read them carefully. It's really important. Spend plenty of time reading the CCRs, and if necessary, ask your attorney to help you understand what you would be agreeing to if you buy a home in that development. Are there restrictions on paint colors for the home? Maybe you want a pink house and there's no pink or purple allowed. Parking restrictions, like maybe your giant motorhome has to be parked behind a 6-foot fence and you don't want to do that. Noise limitations during certain hours. Restrictions on the kinds of activities that can be carried out on your property. And this one's really important. For example, no home businesses that regularly bring delivery trucks or customers into the neighborhood. Restrictions on the number and type of animals that you can own, such as only 2 dogs, no free-roaming cats, and absolutely no pigs, chickens, llamas, or alligators. Now maybe you're thinking, good, I don't want to live in a neighborhood with a bright pink house with purple polka dots next door and the smell of cow manure wafting over the fence when I want to enjoy my patio on a summer evening. If so, you'll appreciate knowing that a well-run HOA requires all residents to stick to the rules, not just some, but all. The CCRs give you a built-in buffer, you might say, by requiring that everyone maintain certain standards on their property. And that means not just you, but all the neighbors. Keep in mind that your HOA may require approval from their architectural design committee for any repainting or exterior remodeling. Some communities, although none that I've come across here in Idaho, may even require approval for certain interior changes, especially to major items like the electrical or plumbing systems in your house. Landscaping changes may require approval too, and the CCRs may in fact specify a certain minimum number of trees and plants in your front yard. There will be standards to meet for keeping your property up to par. Things like weeding and pruning, removing gophers, voles, or other pests, and keeping your trash cans out of sight when it's not trash day. Are you planning to rent out the home, either long-term or short-term, like an Airbnb or a VRBO? Many communities don't allow rentals, especially short-term rentals, or they may require a certain percentage of units to be owner-occupied. Ask about overnight parking by non-residents. Ask about storage of large items or specialty vehicles or the placement of storage sheds. How about solar panels? Believe it or not, there are still a few HOAs out there that try to forbid solar panels. And then restrictions on the location of satellite dishes. Those restrictions are common everywhere. It's worth asking if the HOA employs a professional management company to deal with many of the everyday aspects of running a large subdivision. And usually the larger the subdivision, the more likely that it will have professional management. The professionals might receive and act on complaints, handle emergency repair requests, ensure that the CCRs are being followed. Ask to read a year's worth of HOA board minutes. If the board doesn't meet regularly, ask why not. What community projects are in the pipeline and what will they cost each homeowner, especially if a one-time assessment is needed? A good example of this would be replacing the roof on a condominium building. People have been known to purposely sell their homes the year before roof replacement or other major projects take place so that they can avoid paying the assessment. So knowing about these special assessments ahead of time is important to keeping your own household budget under control. It helps you avoid unnecessary surprises. It's the best way to inform yourself about this is to read the board's minutes. So make sure you read those minutes. A well-run HOA is wonderful. My own neighborhood here in Boise has a terrific HOA with a hard-working, proactive HOA board that we all love. On the other hand, a badly run HOA is a big red flag and may be an indication that you should be looking elsewhere for your next home purchase. Here's another video on this topic, focusing on why new home builders love to set up HOAs in their developments. Thanks for watching.